concerning this accident that happened October 3rd, I used to be a bus driver, so I'm looking into, what happened and what can be done to avoid it in the future. Here is the accident report written by the police, and I'll narrate with it what it says since it's kind of hard to read.
Unit 1 was traveling south in the 3000 block of Lawson Road, Mesquite, Texas. The rear passenger tires left the roadway and began pulling Unit 1 down a grassy decline. The driver of Unit 1 corrected and drove to the left, causing the front of the bus to go over the double yellow line, into oncoming traffic. The driver of Unit 1 then turned back to the right, to avoid oncoming traffic, which caused Unit 1 to leave the traveled portion of the roadway. Unit 1 then rolled on its side, clit and struck a utility pole. A power supply line fell from the pole onto the bus and ignited a fire. Person 2 was trapped inside the bus when it flipped on the side. Several subjects attempted to free her from the bus but were unable to free her.
Okay, and then I was going to listen to what the witness that witnessed the whole thing said, because I think that's real important, because she was the only one. And she's also I think a substitute teacher. So let's listen to what she says here. I can open this page up.
Don't. I put my car in park, and I got out, and I ran to the bus. I ran to the front of the bus first, but it hit the utility pole, so the front of the bus was smashed, and I ran to the back, and by that time the door was coming open and the kids was coming out, but I noticed the bottom of the bus was on fire already. So I told the kids, I said, just get out, because it's going to blow up. I said, get out, and I said, just run across the street, and it was still cars coming up Lawson, and on the other way, the other cars had stopped. And then, people start trying to finally get out and start coming. And I was like, just get out, and go across the street. And I was still on the phone with 911, and she just told me to get the kids to safety. And when all the kids, I said, is everybody out? They said, no, it's still one little girl in there. And then there was a gentleman came, a Hispanic gentleman came, and he was like, is there anybody else? I said, there's a little girl in there. She can't get out. They said she's stuck. So he ran back to his car. He grabbed something. And then he came back and he said, well, it's not going to work. So he went back to his truck to get something. And he tried to go back in. And then there was a loud boom from the bus. And then, but he was still in there. Him and some more gentlemen were in the bus trying to, free her or whatever. And then, they, was still trying to get her out and stuff like that. And I moved my car because I was that close to the bus, and I backed my car up. So after the first combustion or whatever from the bus, and I was like, let me move my car so it won't blow my car up too.
Okay, I'm going to read it back one more time because it goes by pretty quick. So I'm going to read it back.
Unit 1 was traveling south in the 3000 block of Lawson Road, Mesquite, Texas. The rear passenger tires left the roadway and began pulling Unit 1 down a grassy decline. The driver of Unit 1 corrected and drove to the left, causing the front of the bus to go over the double yellow line, into oncoming traffic. The driver of Unit 1 then turned back to the right, to avoid oncoming traffic, which caused Unit 1 to leave the traveled portion of the roadway. Unit 1 then rolled on its side, clit and struck a utility pole. A power supply line fell from the pole onto the bus and ignited a fire. Person 2 was trapped inside the bus when it flipped on the side. Several subjects attempted to free her from the bus but were unable to free her.
It's still locked off. Now, because we're being kept about a mile away, Texas Sky Ranger of overhead has a much better view of the scene at this hour. There is an enormous amount of resources here. We've seen investigators all around the bus combing
There's a good picture of it right there. There's the bus. There's a dip in the road right there. And there.
Metro Road is a known trouble spot.
The road goes to the left and then back to the right real fast, and it's like right after the bridge.
A TxDOT database shows 68 crashes in this area since 2010. And after today's tragedy, it's one Hodge says he'll avoid from now on.
Here's a picture of this patch of roadway here. I think it was right about here where it happened. Here's a sign that says there's an S-curve up ahead. Here's the entrance to the dump that they were talking about. There's some dump trucks coming in and out. And this is sort of like where it happened. This is the 3550 block right here. This is coming from the other direction. This is a sign that says there's a day camp up ahead too. I guess there's a day camp right by where the dump is at 3499 Lawson. You can see the roadway is sloping here. It's doesn't have a good shoulder. It's a very deep plunge right there. And here's a picture of the actual place where it happened. Here's the sign right here. Probably, I don't know if that's the day camp sign or the swerve sign, but I think it's the day camp sign. But anyway, no, that's a square sign. So this has, I don't know. But anyway, here's the where it's crashed and burned, and you can see along here how there's a lip with, like if the bus was trying to grab a hold of the pavement right here, and it would just keep on sliding. Next page. There's just another picture of the accident. And see, here's the entrance to one of those, either the day camp or the dump right here. And this is a patch of road on the other side of Mesquite that's has been being worked on for over a year, and they haven't finished it. And what my problem was it never needed to be fixed in the first place. The only thing wrong was the pipes, the plumbing and sewer pipes were collapsing. But they don't need, I don't see that they needed to do the road over too. I think the road work was unnecessary. It wasn't that bad. It was almost nothing wrong with the road. Just the pipes under it probably. So they decided to do the whole road over too. While the other road is crumbling and cars are falling off the sides, trucks, people being killed, this one's being fixed for almost no reason at all. Another picture of the accident. It shows there's a dip in the road. You can see where it stops here and goes down real, and it curves to the right after this. There's an S curve here like that.
Work finally began earlier this year on beat-up Gus Thomason Road in Far East Dallas, but then stalled for months with a variety of underground pipe complications. Customers have been avoiding the arcade barber shop right beside it. And that man for the whole thing slowly nearby Ferguson Road is also under construction. The team of the East Dallas project are included on the new website unveiled today. The past public improvement because they came way before the 2017 referendum. City council members are tired of public complaints. I'm telling you something. A number of calls every day. 2006 Sylvan Avenue.
And here's a story about a bus that turned over in another state, in another, I think it was 2016, but I'll put the address of where it happened because I don't remember where it was when it happened.
Tonight, new video of a
a terrifying unscheduled stop for students on this Houston area school bus. Watch as high school and middle school kids go flying when their bus veers off the road, flipping onto its side.
All units on scene, school bus rollover, multiple patients.
25-year veteran driver Brenda Armster briefly looks in the mirror to ask a question.
Anybody get out here?
In that split-second distraction, the school district says Armster failed to see a truck stop just ahead, making a left turn.
Hey, you okay?
The bus started just gliding through the road.
11 of the 52 students on board were injured.
We have someone injured. Right here.
Once again raising the issue of why more school buses don't have seatbelts. Currently, only 6 states require them. In this rollover crash, simulated by one of the largest providers of school bus seatbelts, kids not buckled in go airborne.
Seatbelts save lives, and 3-point belts should be on every school bus.
And Tom, federal safety officials have called for seatbelts to be installed in all school buses, but doing that will cost school districts anywhere from $7,000 to $11,000 for each bus. Tom?
I found an article that shows how to get the wheels back on the road if you're driving, and it's good information. It wouldn't have worked in the situation, but just by reading it, it's good. If you'll see what he could have done if it was a flat road, but since he was on a raised asphalt road with no shoulder, he couldn't help. What happened. It was almost unavoidable. Okay.
Oh, get back on the road. So what do I do? First of all, don't panic. Although you may be driving unevenly, you can get this situation under control. What you do next depends on the circumstances, but generally, these are the steps you will need to follow. Continue to look ahead, though it will be tempting to focus your attention on your now off-road tires. It's important that you don't forget to keep paying attention to what's in front of you. You could be approaching obstacles on the side of the road, so look straight ahead. Carefully steer your vehicle over so that you are straddling the pavement edge. This means your off-road tires will move away from the pavement, and your on-road tires will move to the edge of the pavement. The purpose of this is to keep your off-road tires from scrubbing the pavement edge. If these scrub against the pavement, it will make it harder for you to get back up onto the road. Ease off the gas pedal. You should begin to ease off the gas pedal. Don't slam on your brakes. Resist the urge to brake and instead allow your car to slow down on its own. If you must brake, do so very lightly. Hard braking when your tires are on 2 different surfaces can make your car skid. Slow down gradually. Begin to slow down to 25 miles per hour or lower before attempting to get back onto the road. Slowing to this speed will allow you to get all 4 wheels back on the pavement without losing control of your car.
See, right here is where it happened, because I remember that sign. It's in the picture, right, it happened right about there, right after this sign. And so, see how the road is wide here? And then it gets narrow all of a sudden there. And plus there's a dip in the road too. So it's easy for the tires to leave the pavement as it flies over this hill. Here, temporarily the wheels lose contact with the road right here, where there's a dip. And if it lands where